7. Barrett outside the switch. Doncic goes over. And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. And the New York Knicks go on to lose their very first game of the NBA Summer League, dropping to 2-1, losing to the Portland Trailblazers. And I like this game, even though we lost. I thought it was very competitive from start to finish. The thing that's funny about this game, yes, we lost 88-77, and we dropped to 2-1, but we were up like 14-0 at the very beginning of this game. It looked like the Chicago Bulls game. It really looked like a replica of that. Getting up in people's jerseys, reading the passing lanes very well. The defense, tremendous. Communication, outstanding. The ball movement, knocking down our shots. It just looked like a script. Like we were playing unbelievable, near perfect basketball. Trailblazers turning the ball over just like the Bulls. The offense was very stagnant. They were throwing the ball out of bounds, but you got to give credit to the Portland Trailblazers. They did something the Chicago Bulls didn't do. The Trailblazers made tremendous adjustments. They matched our intensity, and they just played better basketball than us. You could really say after you could say after that first quarter, I thought the Portland Trailblazers, it looked like they wanted a little more than us, or at least they executed their script better than us. You could say we kind of fell in love with the three-point ball. Grimes, I got to give credit to him. He was consistently attacking the basket. We didn't see like a huge game from Jericho Sims offensively, you could say, compared to the last game. Well, at least for Jericho Sims standards, that was kind of a big game offensively, if you know what I mean, versus the Chicago Bulls. So, yes, Quentin Grimes did have to carry a big load when it came to scoring the basketball, because guys like Trenton Watford did a good job switching, making things difficult on the defense side of the basketball, offensively as well. When it came to switches, Greg Brown Jr. at the end of the game, got to give credit to him. He really gave our interior defense some troubles. But credit to Fron Hunt. I feel like he always sets the tone for this New York Knicks squad, if it's on defense or offense, at the very beginning. Because the Golden State Warriors game did a very good job setting the tone with his defense, had 7 steals. The Golden State Warriors game, he attacked the basket very strong, drew a foul at the beginning of the game, and then this game, right off great ball movement, knocked down a 3. So all the fundamental things, our defense, I thought, kind of fell apart when it came specifically in that second half as well. They were kind of starting to expose us on the defense side of the basketball. We were late on certain assignments. I thought Sims kind of sold interior defensive wise. He tried to be a good teammate by lifting up an opposing player, I believe, but that's not his fault. He's trying to be a nice guy, but the basketball game's still going on, and someone ended up with a dunk. I believe it was Craig Randall or Jabari Walker that had a huge bucket in the interior. They definitely really stepped up towards the end of the game. And then another time, he was late defending the pick and roll, or defending the guy cutting to the basket for an alley-oop. So yes, there's some things Jericho Sims needs to get better at, but I thought he rebounded the ball well, at least in the first half. I thought he did a very good job defending the perimeter, just sticking on his guy, defending the post. Very strong. We're going to be getting into a brand new thing we saw from Jericho Sims as well. But yeah, I thought the Trailblazers were the scrappier team when it mattered most, and credit to them for getting big buckets in big time moments and getting big time stops in big time moments as well. Like, you gotta give credit to the Portland Trailblazers. Yes, it's just the NBA Summer League, but it's still impressive because you're going up against like NBA quality players on the New York Knicks that have potential to get quality minutes this upcoming season. So when it comes to Quentin Grimes, I like the way he approached this game. I thought he was one of the most mentally tough players on the court tonight, and he was definitely one of the best players on the court. Yes, he only shot 3 for 10 from 3. One of those threes was a heat check. I believe another one was like the game was kind of over, trying to just get us back into the game. He missed a 3, so he really did shoot a very good efficiently. He had over 20 points. You could say he has a case for being like the Summer League MVP. We'll see if we go on to win that championship. I believe we're still in contention to win like a championship if we really wanted to for the Summer League. Like, we're not mathematically eliminated, but I did like the attacking. One of my favorite drives, I'll try to put it up on the screen if I can, if it's up while I'm filming this video, when he had it baseline and drove very strong to the basket. He had like 2 or 3 and ones in this game, and I just love the dribble penetration by him, getting into the teeth of the defense. He isn't just some prototypical 3-and-D type of shooting guard. He can get to the teeth of the defense, and we're starting to see a little bit of an unpredictability, which I like from him, because this offense is extremely bland, and we need more of that in the offense. So he shot the ball pretty well. You could say maybe he should have shot it a little bit better. He has to knock down his free throws. I believe he will knock down those free throws, though, when it comes to the regular season. He didn't get to the line a lot last season. That's why you could say you shouldn't really put that into context, like 0.8 attempts per game, 70%. He played hard-nosed defense. He came up with a good amount of steals. I think he had 3 steals in this game. I know he had 2 steals in the first half. Again, communication-wise, you could say it kind of fell apart when it came to the overall squad in the second half. The Trailblazers, they just really wanted it. You got to give credit to them. So one play I really loved from Quentin Grimes, though, after he came up with a steal, or one of his teammates came up with a steal for the New York Knicks, is when he had it in transition. He was handling the ball. I believe he had a Euro step, and then he protected the ball with a reverse layup, which I really liked. There was an unpredictability to that. He didn't just go up like normal, because I feel like that would have gotten blocked. And the Trailblazers have more length than the Chicago Bulls. They have more athletes as well, you could say. Keon Johnson, Greg Brown Jr., ridiculous athletes. You know, if you watch the Trailblazers when it came to their summer league last year, or if you just took a look at maybe the draft as well. I know there's a lot of maneuvering with Keon Johnson throughout his career already, type of thing. So credit to him in that department. I did like this deep two he was able to pull off when he was performing off the dribble, then knock down the shot. He just drove to the basket very strong, which you like to see. Like, he has the capability of performing off the dribble. I do think his handling to get a little bit tighter. His vision's starting to improve even more. I know he's not playing up against NBA qualified proven starters, you know, in the summer league, but just from an overall skill set standpoint, I thought Quentin Grimes was pretty damn impressive. Now, Jericho Sims, I freaking love this dude because he doesn't give a shit. Like, he gives a shit obviously about winning, but he's going to try out new things, which I love. He's like, yes, the summer league counts when it comes to wins. Like, yeah, but it's not the real season. I'm going to pull out things that I've been working on. And yes, he missed, but there was a good amount of time on the shot clock. He could have got a better shot here, but he wasn't afraid to take a fadeaway jumper. It didn't go in. But I was like, that's progression there. You need to work on your damn free throws. But that was pretty damn cool to see. And then the other play, he's really starting to perform off the dribble now. When he was in transition, handling the ball, Euro step down the lane, finished it. He had the and one. Should have made the damn free throw, but that was awesome to see. Yes, his defense fell apart when it mattered most. And he didn't have a statistical great game when it came to scoring the ball, you could say, like, at least compared to the Chicago Bulls game, but he rebounded the ball very well. I just love his high level of activity. He dove on the floor, I believe, like a couple times. Like, I love these Knicks players because they're gritty and treat these games like it's the regular season. So credit to Jericho Sims. Needs to get better when it comes to rotating. When it came to that alley-oop, that would have been a tough play to make, but maybe at least try in that area. But credit to Jericho Sims. I've really liked seeing his progression. Miles McBride, I do think he's made a step compared to the last game. I'm not saying it's going to translate to the NBA. Like I said, it's really hard to read Miles McBride because he's a smaller guard. He's gritty, gets after defensively, not taking anything away there. He did miss a play. I know every point guard or every main ball handler at times is going to miss a read. One play had Jericho Sims wide open when it came to the paint. I believe this was the first half or the first quarter, so he could have found him, didn't recognize it because his head was down, or he was looking in another area, or just looking to bring the ball outside, and he kind of turned his back to him. I thought he hit some nice shots. I thought he was extremely aggressive. I did like the shot creation of him working down the lane. It was a straight line drive, but I liked seeing him attack the paint, which was like a couple more times than last game, because he's had trouble getting into the teeth of the defense because he hasn't proven consistently that he can create and break guys down off the dribble consistently, so that's still a main problem at the next level. Yes, you could still bring him in for defensive intensity reasons, but you still need to bring something offensively. So, yeah, McBride, he hit a couple threes in the first half. He managed to get buckets in the interior. He played hard. He's a gritty, solid player. That's what McBride's going to be. He's an emergency policy player because, again, I don't know how many minutes he's going to get, if there's going to be that struggle of breaking guys down consistently off the dribble. So, now getting into Trevor Keels. Trevor Keels, I thought I saw some progression from him. Yes, he didn't have some sexy numbers or anything like that, but we have to understand, got to be patient with this dude. He's only 18 years old. He kind of is the definition of raw to me because he kind of has a lack of feel for the game. It looks like he doesn't know when to dribble. It looks like he doesn't know when to create for himself. You see him pull off certain like nice moves, but at times you're like, damn, maybe his release isn't quick enough for that type of like shot. Like, he's getting to his shots, but he's just not able to really consistently execute on that, which we really saw in the Chicago Bulls game. He would make a nice move and then it would be an air ball or it would be tipped because his release is kind of slow. But I like that he wasn't afraid to take this big time three in the fourth quarter when it looked like, yes, the game did get out of hand, but at one point when we really thought the game was going to get out of hand, he ended up hitting a big time three that I did like. He hit a three in the first half. I liked a very strong drive to the basket. So he's aggressive. He's built like a football player. He's very strong. He's not the tallest in the world. That is his Achilles heel. Doesn't have the longest of a wingspan, but he competes, and I thought he really did compete on both ends of the floor, but he definitely needs to get better when it comes to his feel for the game. So I talked about Faran Hunt a little bit, but if you want to know his numbers as well, so he had 12 points, didn't have a steal, didn't have a steal. He had 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 for 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. And he has the capability of knocking down that 3-point shot. I know we didn't see that in his huge game versus Golden State, but he shot 36% from 3 on like 3 attempts when it came to the Westchester Knicks, so he does have that capability. He has that athleticism. I'm interested to see if he's going to make the main roster or he's going to stay on a 2-way contract, but I feel like we kind of need a little more explosion, someone that could create offense for us in the like half-court offense of attacking the basket in certain moments. Like if we need that type of basket, I don't think he's going to be like fantastic, but I think he can be a tone setter on the defense side of the basketball and utilizing that athleticism because I really like him in the open floor, and we kind of did that again. We were able to get easy buckets in the open floor at the very beginning because we were creating turnovers, but he can create turnovers, he can create big plays, which I do like out of Faran Hunt. Micah Potter, I thought he was Micah Potter kind of frustrated me. I thought he forced some shots in this game. He shot a lot more threes, or he attempted a 3 in the last game, but he attempted 2 in this one. I thought 1 was unnecessary from the corner. He kind of forced a shot, a weird push shot in the interior when we didn't need it. You saw the bench was kind of getting frustrated. He plays very hard out there, but he didn't rebound the ball that well. I know he only played 11 minutes. John Montero. See, the funny thing is with John Montero, I don't think his stats really indicated how he played out there. Yes, he only played 15 minutes, had 4 points, didn't have an assist, didn't have a steal. He had 1 steal, he had 1 block. He was 1 for 5, but I thought he played at an extremely good pace, honestly, and I thought he was pretty under control when it came to the point guard position. Yeah, his shots didn't fall, but I thought he played pretty well in his minutes that he did have out there on the floor, but your shots do need to fall. You have to prove that you can do something offensively, but for being a little guy, I thought he wasn't horrible defensively. He had 1 very nice move with this crossover, but then kind of threw a cross-court pass that he shouldn't have made, and it resulted in a turnover. But yeah, Micah Potter, I thought he set solid screens. This game, Jericho Sims, you could say he whiffed on a few screens that weren't really effective, but he also had some solid screens in this one. Quentin Rose only played 3 minutes, but when it comes to Trailblazers, when it comes to Craig Randall, Jabari Walker, Trenton Watford, who got some valuable minutes last year for the Portland Trailblazers, it just looked like they were the grittier team, the smarter team down the stretch. We're able to get buckets. Let me know down below your thoughts, and peace out, y'all.